What's up, Title Zone? Back with another video, and today we are not doing a pack opening because you guys did not like it. In the last video, we opened up the Black Bolt and White Flare booster bundle, but today we are making our way back into the trainer's backpack, and we're gonna take a look at all the vendors they have available. I won't lie, I messed up last time I was here. There's actually way more vendors than I actually thought there was. So today we're gonna make our way in. We're gonna check out all the vendors. Hopefully we can pick out some good deals. I have about $100 in cash with me. I told Macy I had 50. I have $100 in cash with me, and we're gonna see what we can pick out today. Let's go ahead and head inside. Real quick, before we get into the video, the Prismatic Poster Collection winner has been chosen. Be sure to head down to the description, see who the winner is, and if you are the winner, be sure to claim your prize. So I totally messed up. I had no idea that there was actually a second side of the trainer's backpack. Originally I went in, there was only a single side of it, or what I thought, but there's actually two sides of this entire event. So we're gonna start from the opposite end this time. We're gonna work our way down. I saw a couple of my favorite vendors here today, but we're gonna make our way down, see if we can make any deals. But like I said, I brought $100 in cash. I do have Zelle and Venmo though, so let's go and dive in. Literally one of the first booths we ran into, we've got Lumos TCG, a good buddy of mine that we've been talking online, talking about tag teams. He didn't have a ton of tag teams here today, but what he did have is the Kingdra with the stamp in a really good condition. He's got it currently listed as 100 near mint. TCG doesn't have a ton of sales currently going on right now, so we're kind of going off of 7s and 8 sales. This might be something I have to circle back for. This is definitely a super clean and super cool card.
Just then.
All right, so I totally lied. I thought I was gonna run away, but I looked inside their binder and immediately saw this really cool reverse hollow Omastar. We're gonna wait for him to finish up a deal right now. He's buying out somebody real quick, and then we're gonna take a look and see what we can do for this. I saw like $10 pretty much on TCG Player. We're gonna see what we can do and see maybe we can score a little deal on this one. All right, so we picked it up. I do like the Kingdra that he has over here, but we ended up picking it up. Appreciate the boys. Thank you guys so much. Be sure to check them out on all the social medias. Lumos TCG. Be sure to check it out. Buying, trading, whatever you guys are looking for. But we snagged our first card of the trainer's backpack. Okay, we snagged our first deal of the day. It's the Omastar reverse hollow. That's a really nice one. Super clean. I really like it. We're gonna make our way now. We still have a lot of vendors to get through, but I wanted to stop in here over on this side, which I never even visited the last time. We're gonna start taking a look at the rest of the vendors now. Over at the Collector's Paradise, and I ran into a really cool sealed selection here at their booth, and one thing that really caught my eye was the Tag Team Generations Premium Collection. Crazy to think that Premium Collections used to be in the box form, and then we have the UPC, Charizard UPC right next to it. But also the other thing that's blowing my mind, we were just talking about it, is Fusion Strike, $1,000 now. They have it listed at $1,200 here because he doesn't really want to move his sealed, and I can understand why, because sealed is going crazy right now, but really cool. I love this box. You got Unified Minds, you got Cosmic Eclipse, a really great selection of packs, and can't deny Venusaur, Charizard, the OGs on the front of this box, but a really cool OG, kind of a historic piece here at the Trainer's Backpack event. Over at BC Collectibles, one of the gentlemen that I spoke with a while ago at the Banger Show, he's got a ton of binders right now. If you guys remember, he had that XY Flashfire, the Unified Minds, the Primal Clash. He had a ton of awesome booster boxes, and he ended up moving those, and he ended up transferring them into some pretty sweet stuff. He's got a bunch of bangers here today, but man, he's been all over the place, there and back, traveling all over the place. But be sure to give BC Collectibles a follow, check him out on socials, all that good stuff. Making my way through the event as we're kind of nearing a close, I found this Misty's Seadra, the pre-release. There's just a little bit of whitening on the back. Looked at TCG Player, you know, once again, always smart to look at TCG Player before before you make a deal. And I'm seeing that it's sitting at around $11, $12. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 10 cash for this one. I've yet to finish looking through these binders, but I'm gonna set this one aside. We're gonna do 10 cash for this one so far. All right, we ended up doing 10 cash for the deal. Some awesome singles, some great stuff in the binders. I feel like you miss out sometimes when you don't go through the binders. This is where I ended up finding that pre-release card. So make sure you check out the binders when you're at these shows, guys. Definitely can find some great hits, but big shout out to the vendor. They didn't have a social media. I would have plugged it. No social media, but Misty Cedra, the pre-release, we got it. We did this the last time we came here. We came into the Trainer's Backpack. So this is the official location in the Oviedo Mall where they have all of their stuff, right? Their sealed stuff, their single stuff. They've got a bunch of really good stuff. Last time we were here though, they were kind of lacking on their singles, but that was because they were at Collecticon. Big shout out to the Trainer's Backpack for putting on this event. Super cool event. Honestly, having it here every single Friday is really epic. Something I could come and check out every single time, but shout out to Trainer's Backpack. Follow them on the socials. If you're locally in the Oviedo area or Florida area, come and check them out. Over at the Critical Hit Bros, another great vendor. I was able to secure a follow on the Instagram, but they got some really cool stuff. What's crazy to me is the Celebrations Pikachu. It was like $1 card about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and now it's at $7. Insane how high things are going. The market's insane right now. I mean, if you look at the megas, if you look at tag teams, a lot of things are just shifting so rapidly, we can't even keep up with the simple promos. Okay, so we blew the entire budget out of the water with one card. I was supposed to stay within 100, but we ended up blowing this up. I mean, I can't say no to Cynthia. I've been wanting to pick this card up super, super bad. This is a crazy clean copy. Super clean. Originally had it priced at about $156. We're gonna do $145. I'm gonna send them via Venmo because I didn't bring enough cash. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. I feel like a lot of the time people always think that you have to go to these bigger shows, right? The Collecticons, these giant shows that are showcasing all kinds of really good deals or quote unquote good deals, but it's shows like these where you can really end up scoring the good stuff. I mean, look, I'm scoring Hidden Fates cards, reverse hollows, all kinds of different stuff, but these are the kind of shows you should be looking for, right? Not, you know, of course, go and enjoy the bigger shows, but definitely look for these smaller shows too. These are definitely the shows where you're going to end up scoring a lot of really good deals. Okay, we went way over budget. I originally said that we were only going to spend about $100. We went way over budget. We went over budget in one single card. So I need to make my way home and we need to wrap things up, but I am super stoked on all the pickups we've gotten tonight. But ultimately, the Cynthia, that was the crown jewel. The boys are cleaning up and we decided to raid Kame Collects right at the end. Look at them, they're putting their stuff away, but they've got a rainbow that I think I need. I do need it, I need it. I made the deal with myself, seriously made the deal with myself. $100. $100 was the deal for tonight and I did it in one card, let alone now we're gonna blow 70 real quicker. Whatever good deal they end up giving me, whatever good deal. But we're gonna end up grabbing this one too. You guys know I need all the tag teams out there. We are still looking for more. I didn't find any of the big tag teams that a lot of you guys were asking for in the last video, but I know the Sylveon, Gardevoir was one of them, the Mimikyu Gengar. We're looking for those. I need to work extra, maybe pick up a second job. Kame Collects hooking it up again. We've got the three gods all together. We are doing it not just for the sticker price because they always end up hooking me up. Be sure to follow them, Kame Collects on all the socials. We're doing it for 65 cash, a little bit of cash, some electronic because I've blown my load. We were a little late to the show here today, but we were able to score some good stuff overall. But the Trainer's Backpack, shout out to them, shout out to this little event that's going on right now, but we ended up scoring a couple deals here tonight, a big one for sure with the Cynthia, but man, what another great show. I love these little shows. All right, we've got our 4 pickups from the trainer's backpack, but real quick, I wanted to stop and say thank you to every single one of you that came up to me and said hello, say that you watch the channel. It means a ton, and it's really cool that that's actually happening at the trainer's backpack. If you guys are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button, join in on the title zone, but let's go ahead and make our way over to tcgplayer.com and take a look. Now, the first pickup we had was the Omastar from Sandstorm. So this is a super clean reverse that we ended up snagging. I really liked it. I'm a big fan of pretty much all the Watermons, as you guys have kind of seen, but we ended up snagging this for $10 cash. Now, looking at TCG Player, the lowest current listing is $10.81 with $4.29 shipping. And looking at some of the recent solds, there's not a ton of sales recently, but we've got one that was $12.53 and then $7.64. You know, I got this from Lumos TCG, wanted to make sure I helped him out, you know, hooked him up, and we ended up buying it for 10 bucks. The next one we have on our list is the Misty's Seadra pre-release. I'll be honest, I think I'm gonna start going after a lot more of these stamped cards. I really like the look of the stamped cards, and again, another Watermon, but looking at it, I considered it kind of lightly played. There's some whitening on the sides and then a couple of holofoil scratches, so I ended up putting it at, you know, the lightly played here on TCG. The lowest current listing is $12.57, and then the market price for it is about $9.75, but with some recent sales at $11.83, $11.70, $9, $11.82, $9.69. So right around the money mark where we ended up picking it up, we snagged it for $10 cash. So again, another good deal. And then moving into some of our bigger hits from last night, we have the Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia from Cosmic Eclipse. Now this is a super, super cool one. I'll be honest, I wasn't typically a huge fan of the rainbow rares, but I'm starting to really like them. I'm starting to kind of fall in love with them. And this one was crazy clean. We ended up snagging it from Kame Collects. Current lowest listing we have on TCG Player is $75.99 with $1.25 shipping. Now the market price is at about $65. And then the most recent sales were $69.99, $71.97, $70, and $70.10. I ended up grabbing this for $65 cash, so pretty much right on the market price of where that's sitting at. Last but not least, we have the Cynthia from Hidden Fates. This is a card that I've been wanting to grab. Honestly, such a beautiful card. This one is super, super clean. Lowest current listing on TCG Player, we ended up grabbing this for $145. Current lowest listing is $155.50 with a market price of about $156.52. Looking at the last sales, we have $155, $147, $148, $143, and so on. But overall, ended up grabbing 4 new cards, 1 new tag team, a couple of older cards, and then a nice trainer card, Cynthia. But overall, definitely a big score at the trainer's backpack. That's it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. You guys seem to really enjoy these buyer POVs, so I wanted to continue to give you guys the content that you enjoy. I have to say I had a ton of fun at last night's event. It was really cool meeting some of you guys, chatting with some of the vendors. I'm really excited about some of the relationships I'm building with these vendors, but I had a ton of fun. If you guys have hung out all the way till the end, I want to say thank you guys for tuning in all the way through. Be sure to leave a comment of your favorite pickup from today's event, and don't forget to subscribe. It's totally free and it helps me out a huge amount. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, we'll catch you later, Title Zone. I can't pick which one's better. I love them both, but she is pretty good. She